Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back
Hello.
to the Creatures of the Night podcast. I'm joined by the one and only Mr. David Gonzalez.
Hello, everyone. How's it going? As usual, we took our little brief hiatus, but we're back.
Yeah, nah, it's not as bad
Been
as we
about three
usually do.
months. 3 months. So what have you been up to in the last 3 months, Nachi?
Um, Not much in the horror like world movie wise. I think I spoke about the last horror thing I saw last time was The Wolfman from Blumhouse, which was fucking god awful.
Yes.
I think we talked about it just a little bit here and there's
We
not even
talked
a
about it. The
wolf.
last good one I think was Nosferatu that you saw.
Yeah, Nosferatu. We did the episode on that. That was going back now, yeah. But horror wise, I haven't really seen much of anything lately, except if you want to count a couple episodes of Black Mirror, the new season.
Oh, okay.
So far
I
so
never
good.
got I never started watching that show, but I've heard a lot. That's a Netflix one,
Oh,
right?
yeah, it's great. It's a really good show. Last season that they did, I didn't care for too much. You got a little too like I don't know, star fuckery. They started putting in Miley Cyrus as like a main protagonist in one episode. I was like, eh. But this season, like so far, the first two episodes, they seem to be back on their game. Here's my pug Frankenstein. How you doing, buddy? It's not playtime.
Frankenstein.
Um, cool news that I just got back from Epic Universe, so I got to go to the Dark Universe and check out that whole ordeal there. It's so cool, man. Like, blew my
I
mind. Like I had expectations, and it lived up to the expectations. Really freaking cool. Got
It's
to
part of islands, right? Like it's between
no,
islands
it's a,
and
it's a brand new theme park away from Islands and regular Universal. It's like it's a third park.
do you need to take like a tram like Volcano Bay, or you is it its own parking and you just walk in? Is it
I mean,
connected
I
to City
mean,
Walk? I mean, is it connected to City Walk?
no. It's not connected to City Walk.
That's what I mean. It's
It's a
even
little
worse
bit.
than
It's a little
Volcano
bit.
Bay.
It's in the other side of like the turnpikes and stuff. So,
Oh wow, its
because
own
I
thing.
guess that's like where they have massive
Oh my
land over
God, I
there.
didn't realize it's its own isolated park. They must have spent so much money.
David, it's like another Islands of Adventure. It's a bunch of different lands. Like they have the Nintendo land, the
Yeah.
Mario Brothers world, which is
How
blew
to
my
Train Your
fucking mind.
Dragon world, right?
How to Train Your Dragon. They got the Dark Universe, Universal Monsters
That's the
land. They
DreamWorks
have
tie-in. They made a deal with DreamWorks, and
yeah,
remember DreamWorks was gonna
yeah,
have
yeah,
their own
yeah.
theme park. I think it became this. They merged and just call
Could
it
be.
neutral. Yeah, it's all like Shrek shit, right? Shrek.
Don't they own DreamWorks? They probably own that shit by now, Universal.
No,
So
yeah, I know, but remember, for a long time, DreamWorks was gonna have their own theme park when they were still making movies by themselves. Because now they still exist, but they're part of another company. Yeah, I think Universal owns them,
yeah,
obviously.
yeah, now it's probably like a massive conglomerate. So they're like they own all the properties, so they can do whatever the hell they
I
want
don't even
under
think
Universal.
DreamWorks
So
actually exist anymore on paper. I think they just own the IPs of like Shrek and How to Train Your Dragon,
yeah,
all their the hit movies.
and in every theme park they have to have a whole section that's another Harry Potter area. So
More Harry Potter, huh?
they built a whole section of Harry Potter that looks like vintage Paris. It looks like France. It's insane, which sucks because I mean it's such a popular thing that's the only ride that you have to be on a digital queue on an app, and whenever they drop an opening, you have to try to get. That's the only ride I couldn't do because every time something would drop, it was like boom. It's like if it was sold out. Oh, it's already booked. You can't get in. You can't get in. You can't get in. So on there, all we did was walk around and we got into the queue to see how it looks like inside and whatever. But that's as far as we got. We tried to sneak in, but we got caught.
That's great.
But
I've seen the commercials. I've been wanting to go. We're probably gonna go in
it's not open
September.
yet to the public. We got lucky. Okay, so
Oh, I didn't
we
even
went
realize
this
that.
we went this weekend up there just because we were going to go to Volcano Bay. We were
Oh,
going to do the
okay.
water park. So we stayed at Cabana Bay, which is like the
Yeah.
retro hotel next door. And the day before or 2 days before, Dina's like, "Hey, I heard a rumor. I don't know if it's true or not, but we're gonna try that. If you're staying at an Orlando resort, Universal resort, they're gonna have limited tickets available for Epic Universe for this weekend. It's kind of like a soft rehearsal opening.
Smart to gain buzz.
So we took the Bright Line. We went up there and we got there super early. We probably got there like at 8 in the morning, and we asked, and they said, "Yeah, we still have tickets." So we booked the two tickets, and instead of going to Volcano Bay that day, we went there that day, and we bumped Volcano Bay to Sunday. and we woke up. Well, I mean, we literally got off the train. We weren't gonna have the room for another couple hours because you know when you check in, it ain't
Yeah.
ready. But we took the bus immediately. I mean, we went upstairs to their gym. We changed our clothes. We got into the special shuttle they had outside. It was awesome. It's wrapped in like Universal Monster graphics, and they took us over there. And it's like that's when I realized that that park is like pretty much in the other side of the other parks. They're
Yeah,
not connected.
you
It's
have to,
further
yeah,
out.
yeah.
It's further out, and they have like a massive hotel in the park. So if you stay there, you literally walk into the park from the lobby. You don't have to go and do
That's
anything else.
crazy. You
It's
just walk out and you're inside.
Yeah, and it's huge. That hotel looks like the fucking Taj Mahal. It's insane. It has gold domes. You can see it from the expressway. Like when you're getting close by, you're like, holy shit, look at that. And it's yeah, dude, they have the way they you know how like when you go to Islands of Adventure, you go from island to island and it
Yeah.
changes the theme as here they have portals, right? So they have these giant towers semi-themed to whatever the that land is, and you
Oh,
have to
okay.
walk through it. It's like a tunnel,
And like
and
teleport, it's supposed to teleport you to
it
another.
teleports you into that world, and it's pretty
Oh, it has
impressive. Let
lights? It
me.
has lights?
Oh, it's like a tunnel with like it's like an LED tunnel.
Holy
So like the
shit, dude.
so like the Nintendo one, the tunnel is an escalator, and it's actually the green tubes from the game doing the sound effects, like the warp tubes, the warp tunnels.
Yeah.
And
That
when you
choo
get to the
choo choo
top,
choo
it
choo choo
spits you.
sound.
You're inside the princess's castle from the N64 game. And then when you walk through the doors of the castle, the whole world is in front of you. It's like all the mountains and the moving animals in the background, the mushrooms. And it's crazy. The Monster Universe one, it's like a purple, it has electricity going all around like Frankenstein. And when it spits you out, you're just inside a medieval land. Like you're in a gypsy village with fog, and there's like people walking around playing the violin and the banjo and shit. And like it's got like horse carriages and gypsy carousels and stuff. It's fucking nuts, dude. Like they put money into this shit.
There is a what's up with the Scooby? There's a Scooby-Doo area or something?
That was us at the next day we did Volcano Bay and we did regular Universal Studios. That was in the regular Universal Studios inside the store. That store, the
Oh, the
main,
old
the,
Universal, the main store
yeah,
by the
yeah.
entrance?
There's okay. So if you when you first go in and you go to the right hand side of the entrance and you walk down where the special effects makeup show is,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's still there.
it's still there. No, that show's still
We
going. It's super popular.
last year we went there and we did the show. The show's kind of shitty, but it's still there. It's
It's
not as
still
good
there.
as
The
it was
props.
when
It's
we were
still cool to
kids.
see.
Have you been to the new show?
Yeah, yeah. I went. I didn't go this time, but I went the last time I went to Universal. But
You know
Beetlejuice
what
is
it
always
is?
outside.
I'm being critical. I know we're off topic here, but I'm being critical. But you know what it is? I guess because we were so like everything was done so wrong when we were kids. They showed clips of Scarface back in when the original show. Do you remember? They would
No,
show
I
a
don't
movie
remember
clip.
that.
They would show you a movie clip, and then they would show you how to do it there. That was part of the show.
Right. What would
Now
they
they still
show?
do that. They still
Squidward?
yes. Now they
That's
still
great.
they do a
I don't
clip
remember
show.
that.
They do a clip show, but it's all like Miss Doubtfire or like PG movies, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cheesy stuff, huh?
When it originally opened for a while, I used to be obsessed with Universal Studios. I went there
They
like
did. They used to
year
do a lot
one.
of. They still do it. I think. The Grendel Fly stuff.
Uh, when I
Maybe
went
that's
there
the
last
old show.
year,
I don't remember.
I remember back in the day they had the scene from Scarface when he shoots the guy in the car when the guy from the old man from Breaking Bad
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when he
It's
doesn't want
it's
to kill
funny
the
that you say
kid.
that because I literally yesterday I was
They
watching
showed that, and
Scarface
then
on
they show how to
TV.
do the squibs, and they showed the a shortened version of the American Werewolf scene, scaring the shit out of everyone when you were a little kid. Well,
Yeah, that's horrifying.
Universal opened in 1990. I was 10, so I was not that little. But you're there with little babies and little kids. Like my sister was little, and then they're showing the whole ripping. That thing's pretty intense.
It is
Any
intense.
of that. They don't have any of that.
That's
And it's like
fantastic,
Bill
though.
Nye the Science Guy. It's like basically a comedian and a straight person, and then they bring someone from the crowd and then just kind of like make it silly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So where that show is, right next to it, they have a it's like a Universal Monster store for merch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But with the
Yeah, yeah,
with the
yeah. I've
cool
seen it.
thing,
I've seen it.
the cool thing about that store is that inside the store there's a door with a hallway that has vintage horror posters. It almost looks like the inside of a movie theater. You can go in there to check out the posters and stuff.
It's like the old
But
I
that
Love Lucy section or something.
Well, it's across from that. It's right
Oh,
on the same side as the FX show. But what's cool is that that little hallway is what the I guess that's where the people get in character and they get their costumes and they always
oh,
come out of
the
there.
dressing room.
Right. So we were like browsing in the shop and then all of a sudden the whole the whole Scooby gang came out. It was hilarious because they immediately saw Dina and they shot right for her and they started messing with her.
Well, she was
So I
kind
took a
of. She
bunch
looked
of
like she was dressed like Daphne anyway. She kind of had the
yeah,
same
yeah.
outfit.
So then I put it up on our socials. It looked like
Uh,
uh, um it was
it looked like
Jesus.
one of those like those things where
It
they show you
looked
an
no,
image.
it was Shaggy. He took a shirt from the rack,
Yeah, it was
and
Shaggy.
I don't know what he was doing with it, but I took a bunch of videos and pictures, and it looked like they were shoplifting. And Dina was helping them because they were talking to her and they were giving her the shirt. So on the social medias, I put busted. Here's video. The Scooby Gang got caught shoplifting.
I saw
It
that
was funny.
photo small, like the thumbnail that you get in a text.
Uh
I
huh.
didn't really zoom in for a second, and I know you went to Universal Epic, so I thought it was some virtual reality. I thought
Mm-mm.
Scooby Doo was CG, and they added him in, and you were showing me that he was
No,
there.
no, that was just
And I
an
zoom in, I'm like,
impromptu.
that's a dude in a suit. What the fuck? And I'm like,
You
oh,
know,
this
the
must
whole
be a
gang was
show.
there. The whole gang was there.
I
Like
know,
in the
I saw them in
picture,
the background. Yeah.
the whole in the picture I took there, they weren't all there. The other ones were behind me because they were messing with me too. But it was just like a funny thing that just happened. This is a coincidence, but um, yeah, we had a great time, man. Like that Epic Universe shit. When it opens officially at the end of the month, I think on the 30th or the
Good. We're going
20
in
something.
September. We're thinking of going in September for the little one's
Oh
birthday.
God, get ready for
I
massive
know it
lines.
might not, it's probably not going to end up because it's going to be super expensive. It's going to be a huge line, kiosks. I know, yeah. So it's probably not going to happen. But I'm
Uh-huh.
good that it's now that it's its own park. Now it just like now I'm like, holy shit! I gotta tell my Bia.
The Monsterland. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a quick rating of how the rides, which ones are the best to me and Dina. Like her favorite is the Mario Kart.
I heard it's a shooting ride, points ride, right?
Okay, so you literally get into the Mario Kart with four people, and it does take off. You're going through like tunnels and you're going through the race, but you put on a Mario hat that's like you have to adjust it to the back of your head. But when you
Goggles.
sit in the cart, there's a visor that you take and you snap onto it, and all of a sudden it's augmented reality, your vision.
Oh, okay.
And you control the cart with your steering wheel. Everybody has a steering wheel and it has buttons. So the cart is obviously on rails. You're going through like all the tunnels and
But
shit
you're
in the
seeing that you're
race.
flying through shit.
The characters are 3D in the VR. So they're coming at you, shooting shells at you and stuff. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's animatronic ones, real physical things that go by you as your car goes by. So it's a combination of physical and VR augmentation. So
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the shit that they shoot at you like in a Mario Kart game is obviously 3D on your headset flying at you, and you aim at everybody with your head. So whatever you're looking at is what you're shooting at with your steering wheel, and it has
But
like all the
you're
Mario music.
constantly shooting, or you're shooting like little
It's
items,
up to
like the
you.
game.
You control it.
Okay, but you're shooting items. You mean?
You're shooting items,
Okay,
yeah.
you're not shooting just like all of a sudden shooting bullets or some shit, right?
No, it isn't bullets,
Oh,
but it is shells and random
oh.
stuff like
Yeah,
that. But
yeah,
it
the
isn't
stuff in
like
the
that.
game.
It isn't like the game where you only get like two shells
Gotcha.
that I think you have like unlimited, if I'm not mistaken. I don't
That
remember
makes
because it
sense.
goes
It
by
makes more
so
fun. You
fast.
can cycle through and shoot whatever you want.
But it is my number two ride.
What's
I
number
had a
one?
blast. We didn't think we were gonna get into it because the whole day it was like it was packed. It wouldn't even give us the option to get in. At the end, we were able to get in. We went there and we got into the line. We got on the single rider line and we got in at the last second. My favorite ride, obviously, is going to be the Frankenstein Castle ride.
I didn't know
That
they had
has
one.
like it has the most high tech, state of the art animatronics in any theme park to date. That's what it was advertised as. So I was like, I want to go check them out. They're fucking great. Dude, the creature from the Black Lagoon looks like he almost runs out, like full fucking motion, running out, looking around and shit, trying to grab you. There's a Dracula, like Frankenstein waving at you and like lifting things. It's nuts, dude. Um, so that would be one. Harry Potter would be two. There's a roller coaster, which is the first thing we did. It's called the Stardust something. I forget what. As soon as you get into the park, it's the roller coaster right in front of you.
What type of roller coaster is it though? Like you're hanging on
Dude,
your feet or you're strapped or
Have you ever been on the Velociraptor in
Yes. Well, I haven't been on it,
Islands?
but we went the last time we went there. We got there too late, and they wouldn't let us on. It was too late to get on the line, but we saw it. But I
It's a
haven't
hardcore
seen it.
one. This is a bastard child of the Velociraptor and the Hulk.
Oh, it shoots you
It's
out. It shoots you out in the beginning.
it shoots you out twice, which the Velociraptor does. So they
Nice.
took that from that,
So it slows
but
down, and then it clicks again, and then it shoots you out
it
again.
shoots you out. You start going crazy, doing flips and loops and shit, and then when you think it's gonna be over, it's a long coaster, man. It's massive. It takes you to the back, and then all of a sudden, it starts shooting
Yeah,
you out
it
again.
has
You're like,
to launch
holy
you again.
shit. Yeah, man. And there's a part that it goes like in an underground tunnel in the water, the lake outside. It has like a square cut out and you go in it. It's nuts, dude. The rides are not even, I don't want to keep spoiling it, but the fucking rides at Epic Universe really are great. It's just gonna be hard to get into those rides when it opens up because I went to a preview weekend with only season ticket holders and it was slammed already. So I can imagine when it's open to everybody. You know what I mean? It's like
No, yeah,
fuck,
yeah, yeah. No,
it's gonna be
that's
crazy.
smart. That's smart.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
That's smart.
Anyways,
I mean,
getting
anyway,
back on
welcome
topic
back.
here.
Welcome back. Okay, we go. This is probably where it edited back in. But anyway, this is the extended edition. Well, you know what? We need to talk shit because that's part of these things that people talking shit
Oh
about.
no, no, yeah,
About shit.
absolutely. We are,
But
our episodes aren't strictly one thing. So, anyways, episode 14 is here. The Last of Us is the topic, season two. We're 2 episodes in.
that is right.
David here is the Last of Us professional. He's the one that has beat the games. I never played the games.
Well,
I raw
he's
dogged
half right.
season
Let
one,
me
and I'm
just
up to season two,
let
up
me
to
just
date.
yeah, I'm not a professional or anything. I just happen to play the game. So of the two of us, I kind of know where it's going, the future, so to speak. But the show is good. Last the 2 years ago already, season one, which was
Hmm.
great. I watched it. Obviously, I played the game. It followed the whole game. The whole season was the whole first game. So here we go now. They have a thing now. Season two is going to be the second game.
Well, I remember after last season, and we did. If you look back on our
Yeah, yeah, we
podcast, we
did
have
an
a full
episode at
episode
the
where
end.
we did the whole thing. You said, I wonder if they're going to go where they should be going in season two. And in
You've seen
episode
everything,
two,
right?
I'm assuming this is what you're talking about.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so you've seen both episodes. Okay. Yes, that's what I was talking about before.
So,
In
spoilers to anybody who has not seen episode two yet, we will be talking
spoilers, we're going to
about
be talking about in detail what's going on. You want to just jump
exactly.
to it? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Well,
last year,
let's start with episode
yeah,
one.
yeah. Let's start with one, which I forgot. Two was so good. All I'm thinking about is two right now. But go for it. But go. Episode one.
Now, I do have a concern with the way
Yes.
episode two ends going forward because
I can maybe help you with that, knowing what could be the future. But I'm also curious how they're gonna do it in a series. So I'll explain later, but continue. Yeah.
okay, okay. So episode one starts. We kind of have a recap of season one.
Yeah.
They're in now that town where his brother is like the guy that runs it and shit.
Jackson, which I like that actor. Do you recognize him?
No, I don't.
He's the fucking the Terminator in the last Terminator movie, the Mexican
Oh
Terminator.
shit, you're right. The one that's half and half,
Yeah.
exoskeleton and liquid.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
I
That's
would have
him.
never guessed. I would have never guessed.
Yeah. Well,
Cool
he
to
has got
know.
a beard and he got, incredibly fit for that role. So he looked
Sure.
like
Yeah, he was
chiseled.
slimmer.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
was skinnier and he was younger and he was ripped.
yeah.
Yeah, that's him. He's in something else too. I saw him and he was fat. And I was like, oh, he's one of these actors, I guess that changes. So that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm gonna call him the Terminator guy, but yeah, his brother. Jackson.
I
It's called
mean,
Jackson Town. Jackson.
Jackson. That Terminator movie is so
Yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah. And
forgettable.
it's a
It's like,
5 year.
wow.
It's like Ghostbusters 2. 5 years later. Doom.
Hmm.
So we got 5 years
Exactly.
later.
And there's a rift between
Yeah. Ellie.
Joel and Ellie.
Joel and
And
Ellie.
season one, I mean, episode one is kind of a little boring, it's a little slow. It's
Exactly.
basically like every
It's the
show, the
setup
first
one.
episode back, it's like a slow burn, trying to get into the groove of things. They want to remind you who all the characters in the town are, his brother and his
Exactly. It's the
brother's
recap.
wife.
It's the recap.
All right. And I don't know if there's anything really memorable to talk about the first episode. It was just kind of like
I can chime in there. The only thing I think is memorable about you established that they're in the Jackson town. There's a red.
Right.
It's 5 years later. Ellie's supposed to be. I mean, she doesn't look like 5 years past. She looks the same because
She
time
looks the
in
same, man.
reality. But she's supposed to be 5 years older. In the game, what's cool? Sorry, I'm gonna once in a while I'm gonna pop in.
No, I want you to
Noticeable.
fill in the game stuff. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, first thing I have to say, in the game, this works because they CGI her looking older. So
Yeah,
immediately
it's an easy fix,
you
right?
buy it, you buy it. Yeah. So only like probably a year passed since they filmed it because this shit has a lot of money behind it. Probably had a long production. So
Oh,
that
season two probably has triple the amount.
yeah, so it was 2 years ago. So they started right away a year ago, then a year in all the post production because that shit takes a long time. Effects are good, and all that sound and all that war battle scene, that's got to be a lot of time. So we'll get there.
We haven't
But
gotten there yet. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean that's the first thing. And of course, Pedro Pascal, they try to make him looking older, but in the game,
Older.
he looks like Clint Eastwood. So think
I
that.
think all they did was he just grew his hair longer. He has like a bigger beard.
They mentioned in episode 2 this season he's supposed to be 60s, and I was like, yeah, okay. I
And
can buy 50. 50 maybe, but because Pedro Pascal is like not that much older than us. I think he's around our age, a little bit older to be honest. He's late 40s or something. He's not he's like maybe 50 tops.
right.
He's,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
not
I don't even think he's. I don't think he's 50.
I think he's still in his 40s. But
Um.
but I think I know why episode 1 was boring is because there's not really much to do yet
God,
because
I'm sorry. Do you hear all that clacking in the background?
no
Or
no it's
no.
not bad. It's not bad.
Okay.
It's
It's
not bad.
this one chewing on a bone.
Okay, really quick.
Uh-huh.
Forget the game anymore. That's really enough right now. The scene that really matters is the scene at the end when they're at that community party and the girls kiss.
Right.
Because
Right.
that's gonna be an important character in the series in the season. Dina, the Dina character.
Right.
She's
Dina
played
with
by
an
her
I.
name is Mercedes something. She's the Dora Explorer. She's a Transformers girl. Remember the Mark Wahlberg one when he's a knight? She's the little girl
Yeah.
with the robot. The shitty
Another forgettable movie. Okay.
the last Michael Bay one.
Okay.
She's Dora the Explorer, whatever. She's in the Superman movie. She's Hawk Girl. So
Okay.
girl, yeah, they have
Oh,
a
she's the new Hawk girl. Hawk
Hawk.
girl.
It's
Yeah.
her. It's
Okay.
her.
Okay. So yeah, I
That's
know.
it.
I know that the show. I mean, the game is like that, where she ends up being gay, and then she has like
Yeah, it's
a
exactly like the game.
girlfriend, and
They didn't like do some woke shit for modern day or anything.
no,
That's
no,
the
yeah, no. The
game
game is
already.
like that. The game did the woke shit.
The game did do it. Yeah. Now the
At least
thing is,
let me ask you something. Did they do that in part two, or was it hinted at in part one?
what?
The whole sexual sex orientation.
It's hinted in part 1.
It's hinted at in part one, so it was there from the beginning.
Remember part 1?
See,
She had that relation.
that's when I respect what they're doing. When it was something that was intended to be and it was going to be, not change at the last minute where you're like, huh?
The first game came out 2013, so it's a while ago.
Mhm. Right.
Part 2 came out like 7 years later, 2019. That could be
Yeah.
woke era, but it fit the mold. It was pre-COVID. Again, came out right before COVID hit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you know
This is
how it
not-
is nowadays. Like people go ape shit for that. Oh, woke. It's like, listen, I hate the woke shit, but if that's the way the story was meant to be, then it's the story. I got no problem with that. It's
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
So yeah, that's part of the thing. That's the only noticeable thing. The reason part 1 is so slow is actually, you know what? There was a really good scene, not even action. The scene with the Home Alone lady, Catherine O'Hara.
Oh yes, that
Therapist
they're having
scene
like
when she's
a
like,
like a
that was a good
psychiatrist.
scene. She's great. She's come a long way and she's still kicking and she's even bigger. She's even bigger than she was before.
It's
so
always a little odd when you see her being like the serious actress. You know, it's
That
not like you're
was
so used to
great.
her.
That was great, and they were bringing up something that happened in season 1, which is good because the whole situation with the new character Abigail is all related to season 1, right? So that's basically the prologue in the game, the Jackson thing. And it's all
Okay.
like basically cutscenes, and you're walking through the town talking to people, and you meet the new characters like the Asian guy and shit like that. So
Okay.
that's why part 2 in game 2 you're Ellie.
Yeah, obviously.
No, but
Yeah.
in the first game you're Joel.
Yeah.
So they changed it. No. Even Joel's still alive. Like the game
Okay.
starts that you're
Ah,
Ellie. Oh, sorry. The game starts you're Ellie.
Uh-huh.
The game starts, you're Ellie, and then you're fighting with Joel, and you're like, "What? You're Ellie now, okay?" But in the first game, you once in a while they would switch you to her to help Joel when he's like that whole sequence.
Does does the gameplay switch styles? Is Joel more of a tanker, like a tank player, and Ellie's more of a stealth?
Not not like what you think. You're Joel. Only time you switch to Ellie in the first game was there's parts where you get trapped in a room and it switches to her, and then you have to find a way to get him out of the hole, and then it goes back to him.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And remember the
Okay.
part in season one where he's hurt, he's dying, and she's on her own, and then she's in that burning cabin, and the guy's trying to kill her.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That
Yeah.
part in the game, you're her because Joel's dying. It switches to
Right.
her, but you're
Gotcha.
90% him.
Okay. Okay.
This game, you start as her, and you're like, okay, well, it's just like before. The prologue happens, then the beginning of the game is basically a little action scene, and then basically you bump into that cabin. Abby's there and Joel's there. You don't
Hmm.
even see Joel getting captured or anything. And I'll
Oh, okay.
explain why. I'll explain why.
Okay. Yeah, I heard that they did change something about that scene. So, but
Well,
since I never played the games, I haven't like I don't
what
know.
they change is the game part two, why people didn't like it as much as part one. It's beautiful. The graphics
Hmm.
technically superior. But remember when
Did
Metal
you play the
Gear,
remake or the OG one?
both. I played
Oh,
it
okay.
twice.
Okay.
I played the
Oh shit.
first one
Okay.
twice, the original one
And
and
you're
the
gonna sit
remake
there and
one.
tell me you're not the professional? Yeah. Okay. All
The
right.
second one only has the original game. It's only been a few years, but the first one I played, yeah, the updated version.
Okay.
It's the same game, they just glossed it up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. Better graphics.
Yeah, better graphics
Do
and the
you
cut.
have any issues with the person they casted as what's the name of the girl that
Main girl, Ellie.
no. The one that's in the military militia group. The
Yeah,
one that's
I know
supposed to
that.
be a buff girl in the game and
Yeah,
she's not here.
in the game she looks different. So does Ellie.
Do you have an issue with that? Do you like the girl that they casted or does it bother you or no?
I have no issue right now. No. I'm not a person that's like, oh, it looks different in the game. No.
Okay, you want a fun fact?
All I know is she is. She's been in a lot of stuff when she was younger. She's in that book
You want a
Smart.
fun fact?
Yeah,
She was supposed to be Ellie because she looks
ah,
just like her.
she
But
does.
the production took so long. It took like an extra 2 years before they started shooting. I don't know if it was COVID related or not. She
Wow,
got
that's
too
awesome.
old. She got too old. So and she's such a badass actress that they're
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they
because
just said fuck it,
she's
we're
a
gonna
kid
use you
actor
for
from a bunch
this.
of. She was a little kid actor in a bunch of movies. Yeah. No, I
So
like
if
her.
you look, people online are complaining. They're like, this fucking girl looks more like Ellie than and everybody's like, yeah, that was supposed to be Ellie. It was
I don't care
originally
about
gonna
that.
be
Yeah,
her.
I
Mhm.
don't care the way people look. Like Pedro Pascal looks does to me doesn't it doesn't look believable as the character that visually, but he's fine in the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't have to look like oh this and that Superman's coat cape and whatever all that shit. I don't care, but it's okay. I get it. It's we're a little jaded. We know how movies and shows work. They're not gonna get a real old looking guy to do it. They're gonna get someone that people like and is
A
handsome
star.
and can act. Yeah, what they call
Now,
a star.
I'll be honest with you. I
You're
have
getting
Pedro
tired of him.
Pascal fatigue already, bro.
He's everywhere. I agree.
It's too much. It's like fucking. It's the thing is, he has like a contract with Disney, and Disney's on his jock, and it's like everything is. Oh, he's got to be the Mandalorian. He has to be Mr. Fantastic. He has to be the
Oh,
Last of
more
Us.
than that,
He
he's in
has.
Gladiator. He shows up in Gladiator for half the movie.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. No. He's like the it guy right now, and he's a fantastic actor. Like, don't get me wrong,
He's Colin
but I
Farrell
hate.
in the
But they
beginning. Too much.
overdo it, dude. They overdo it. It's like, oh, jeez.
They
You know what
always
happens?
do that.
It's almost like the Tom Cruise effect, where no matter what he does and how good he is, all you see is Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
It's like and I know Pedro Pascal did season one, which has already been quite a few
No,
years and shit.
a lot of successful actors do that. George Clooney is always George Clooney to me.
Oh no, for
Always.
sure. For sure. But when it's in that part of their career where it's like their golden age, where the Hollywood is just like putting them in everything because everybody knows they're like, oh, whatever we put him in, people are gonna go because of him.
Yeah, but
It, he's in that phase of his career where it's just like oversaturation, and it's
exactly.
like the new trailer for Fantastic Four just dropped, and I was watching
Yeah.
somebody react to it that I always watch their reactions because they have good points about shit, and they're like, "I love Pedro Pascal, but he's a fucking terrible Reed Richards or Mr. Fantastic. It's like all I see is Pedro Pascal. You know what I mean? I can't fucking not see him
It's gonna
anymore. It
happen.
always feels the same.
Don't you remember like 15 years ago, Gerard Butler blew up, even though he was around forever. He blew up with 300. He was in everything. There was
He got
and
oversaturated and then he disappeared.
now he does like straight to video B movies, like low budget movies that come out for two
But to
seconds.
be fair, he's an action guy. Pedro Pascal is a superior actor. He is fucking great. He
Yeah,
really
yeah,
is a great actor. So
yeah.
I mean, I can't.
Yeah, you're right. We're talking about acting. But okay, I have a
Okay.
better example. You know who did this in the beginning? Colin Farrell. Remember when he first blew up in the 2000s?
Yes.
We liked him
Yes.
at first, then he was in everything, and we're like, it's all just Colin Farrell again and everything. And then he
Hmm.
disappeared, and he got serious, and he came back
And
and
they
fucking rock
much
star.
better. Yeah. Exactly.
He disappeared. He didn't go party so much probably, and he has a kid, and I don't know if he got married or not, but he seemed like he calmed down.
Yeah.
He started doing these indie movies and got his reputation. Now he's back mainstream, but like doing good stuff like Penguin and whatever the fuck he's gonna do next. Phone Booth.
No. Now he's a true like
You
thespian.
hear? He signed on. Michael Bay, originally was gonna direct the first one. He's gonna do Phone Booth Part Two. Colin
Yeah.
Farrell, but he's gonna
Except
be in
this
the
time, it's just him on the cell phone the whole time.
No. It's gonna be all. It's a what if episode. It's like what if they're gonna keep it. They're gonna keep it like retro. It's gonna be in the 90s. So it's gonna be major phone booth. He's gonna be
Sick.
for some reason in the penguin suit in the phone booth. You fucking motherfucker. The whole remember the movie was 90 minutes, so Michael Bay's gonna
Yeah.
make it 92 minutes, and the whole movie's gonna be slow motion, him trying to get out. And during the sunset, it's gonna be the whole magic hour, and the movie ends. That's
Are you
it.
done?
Yeah, my spiel is done.
Okay,
Anyway,
good.
that's for sure. Episode one done, gone. Let's get to episode two because that's a lot of
Yeah.
shit happens
The
quick.
juicy episode.
We meet Abby.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
already knew her, so as a new viewer, were you confused on who died and what was going on, or was the reveal when she told Joel? Because I already knew, and I didn't realize if they in the show that they edited in a way that we knew already that he
That
killed your
Joe.
dad. That you knew it was the doctor. You knew it was related to your
No.
dad.
That's at the end of that season when he goes to the hospital to save her and all that. And I
Yeah,
remember him shooting the doctor and all that. I don't remember
that's
Abby
right.
being there. I don't know. They edited
No,
her
she's not
in.
there. She's not there. She's not there. I don't
Oh,
think.
she's not there. Yeah. So it's like, no, you can't.
Wait, well, I don't
But
know. They said your father's there, his brains. She was obviously not in the building. They're doing a Mummy Returns where they go back and they add a Noxuna Moon back or whatever the fuck.
yeah.
They add her.
But
But
it didn't throw me off. Like it kind of immediately made sense when they did it in a way where I was like, hey, yeah, okay,
okay,
that's
good.
fine. I
As
got you.
as
Yeah,
as,
no, it
as
was
someone
fine.
who went in cold, I'm gonna say that you went in cold.
Yeah. No, it was fine. I was right up to date. I knew who she was already. Like I knew she's leading the small group of ex-Firefly people
All right, good,
that
good.
are on a revenge kamikaze mission practically, because when they get there and they see where they have to go, they know they're screwed.
Yeah,
What gets me is like, why would they follow her though to a fucking obvious death mission? She got lucky, basically, that he came to her.
yeah. Let me get into that before we get into like the awesome battle scene,
Yeah,
snow
yeah.
stuff. Part of what I went to before, how they're gonna do it. I gotta go back to the game. The game two,
Okay.
right? You're Ellie, you're playing the game. Joel dies. That's like the first like 25% of the game. So like the first act of a movie, right? So then you're Ellie.
The dog with the bone. I'm sorry.
No, yeah.
Uh-huh.
You're Ellie now. I'm not gonna do any spoilers, but you're gonna continue as Ellie, which is where episode 3 is gonna go, right?
Oh, yeah.
What now? Obviously, she's mad. She's gonna want to probably fight back, right?
Yeah.
Want revenge, and their brother's probably gonna say stop, all that kind of shit, whatever you think. So the game continues. At a certain point in the game, Ellie obviously confronts Abby. The
Mhm.
game then pauses and rewinds, and you play as Abby
Oh
backwards,
shit. That's a cool
meeting Ellie.
mechanic. Okay.
So they're combining both sides at once. This is a
That's
show.
that's pretty dope.
So
That's a cool way to fucking do it.
in the game, you don't meet Abby right away. You don't know that Joel's with Abby. All that you play in the second half of the game as you're Abby, you meet Joel, and it's more
Mm.
explained better because it's a game. It's longer. In this game, in the show, they
The
kind of
same
like, oh,
scenario
you saved
like
it.
in
Yeah.
Same scenario as the show.
But
He saves her ass.
stretched out. It makes more sense for him to trust her versus in
Okay.
this one where he just met her and she's convincing them to go.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's a typical like book to movie. It's like, yeah,
Because
one has more
I'm not
time to tell the
100%
story.
sure, but the reason they did that is because he sees the battle going on, right?
Hmm.
That battle's not in the game. That's just an action scene they added. So I guess they needed to have the action scene and needed Joel
Wait, which one? The coming out of the snow or the invasion of the
the
town?
invasion. That's not in the
Oh
game.
shit, that's not in the game?
Nope. Not like
Damn. That
that.
was
Not like that. Because you're just with Ellie, you're just with Joel. You hear about that they were attacked, but you don't witness it. So I don't know. It's
that's where
not
you know
related.
the budget tripled.
It's not related to any of that.
That's where you know season two's budget tripled.
Do that when you play it as Ellie, you meet Abby,
Yes.
and then it goes backwards. So then
Hmm.
it's like Tenet. It's like Tenet. So now when you're Abby, and then what's cool is everything you're hearing, there's gonna be communications with radios between sides. And
Okay.
you hear one side on this side, and then now you're gonna hear the other side when they're talking to each other. You
Yeah.
realize that
Okay.
why didn't they answer? Is because this was happening. They couldn't get to the radio. It's kind
Right.
of cool in the game. I don't know how they can do that because they can't duplicate events. They can only do like Heat or Dark Knight where they go back and forth, right? Between
Yeah.
her story, her story. In the game, it's kind of parallel because you play it twice, kind of. But when Ellie and Abby meet, what things happens? What do you do? Are you playing as Abby? Are you playing as Ellie? The game actually switches back and forth for the rest of the game. I can't even explain it to you, but if I explain it to you, it's gonna spoil things. So
Okay. Okay.
what happens in the big ending, right? That she fucking kills Joel right away. I mean, Joel gets killed, tortured in this big dramatic scene.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah,
whole
yeah.
scene is done like the game, from what I remember. I'm glad because I was wondering if they were gonna. I knew they had to do it,
The
but
only thing
are
they
they gonna?
changed because I heard people talking
Okay, tell
about
me what
it
they changed
was
because I didn't notice.
it's not a big deal. It's just that in the game she clubs him in the head to death,
Okay,
and in this
she
one
stabs him with
she
the
while
golf.
she's beating him, the
Yeah,
club obviously
yeah,
breaks, and she uses the handle and shoves it in his neck. And from
that
what
makes
I
sense because
understand, they did it because one of like the rating issues they have with a lot of shows is
smashing
people
faces.
react badly to like faces getting beaten in,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
funny because I'm
Walking Dead
like,
did it. Walking Dead did the famous Glenn thing.
yes, and but it's funny. Pedro Pascal got his face literally popped on camera in Game of Thrones, where his eyes and everything flew out. So I'm like, they've done it before, and to the same guys.
You
It's
you know
like,
you know what it really is? It's not a HBO thing because they're both on HBO. It's not a ratings
mhm.
thing because they can get away with it. People didn't freak out on Game of Thrones. People didn't like it in Walking Dead when Glenn did that. Not that. Plus, it's a zombie. They don't want people to say, "Oh, they're ripping off
The same
Walking
type of
Dead."
shit.
Yeah, think about it. If she smashes him with a club, that's the same thing as the bat with the Lucy bat with the barbed wire.
I maybe,
I thought
maybe.
that too. I thought that too. But you know what? When she stabbed him with the thing, that's why I reacted like, that's weird. I don't remember being like that. I thought it was gonna be more
Hmm.
graphic, and that's why, because it was. But
Hmm.
she shoots him in the legs with the shotgun. They fuck with his legs. She beats the shit out of him. They Ellie comes in. The same thing. Dina is on. I think I don't remember her being like put medicine. I think they knocked the shit out of her. I think they didn't want to do women beating. I
Maybe,
remember them
maybe.
beating the shit out of her, like knocking her out.
All they did was kick her a lot and stuff.
No,
But
no, 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 no. The girlfriend, Dina, they gave her like an injection. I don't remember that in the game.
oh yeah, 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 yeah.
I think they just fucking headbutt her and they didn't want to do that for some reason. Maybe they didn't want to, I don't know. But yeah,
I
they
don't
beat
know.
the shit out of Ellie too. They break her ribs in the game and everything. You're all fucked when the game when the next scene you're like all fucked up, like wrapped in like the like in like the infirmary kind of deal.
Hmm.
So and then obviously she's gonna notice that the whole battle. But yeah, what are they gonna do with Pedro Pascal? They pay him a lot of money and he's dead. How is he gonna be in the rest of the show, the last six episodes? In the game,
Flashbacks.
yes. In the game, there are flashbacks that are playable. In the show, I don't know if it's gonna come off cheesy or they're gonna do a. I think they're gonna do a John Connor and he's gonna show up and talk to her like glowingly and then like subconsciously talk to her. She's gonna see him. I don't think they're gonna be flat. The game has flashbacks, so they might do it. Look, if
I
they do
mean,
it, I told you right now, there's a flashback in the game where she goes to a location that she went with Joel, and then it kind of does that fade where
It's a story now.
she gets younger. Yeah, in the game it's cool because you're older, so she morphs into younger, and you're like, what the fuck? And then Joel walks up, and you realize it's a memory because it's kind of like black and not black and white,
AZ or
but
whatever.
they fuck with the color. It's like off color,
Hmm.
like a little bit like a Gladiator, like bright.
Yeah.
And you're going through an abandoned museum in the years before when she was younger with Joel, like in between the 5 years that we missed. And then you're like playing as her and him going through, and it's kind of like an adventure. And I think you get trapped and you stumble, you find a zombie, and then the dream ends or something. So they're probably gonna
Okay.
do flashbacks. So
Okay. But the
so Abby's gonna be a good part of it. I'm glad she's good.
now let me ask you, is season two it?
Yes.
Or is there
If this
more
continue,
that
no, if this continues, unless they stretch it to be continued and stretch this story into another
it
season,
should be a two-season
I don't know
miniseries?
what they're gonna do because there's only been two games, and from what I understand, there's no third game on the horizon.
No,
Even
I don't think
so,
so.
they wouldn't do it right away. I think they're just gonna do a Game of Thrones and just continue it like its own. It's gonna be called Last of Us subtitle, and it's technically gonna be like legally a different thing, probably.
Okay.
You know,
No, I
like
don't
it's
think
gonna
so.
continue. You know, like Lord of the Ring, like the Game of Thrones one, House of Dragons, which is like a spin-off,
Right.
or
Yeah,
The
but
Walking
that's
Dead.
they have so much source material there.
The
This is
Walking
only
Dead
two
has the other.
games.
Remember, The Walking Dead has like the other Dead shows and all that shit.
Yeah. Well,
Walking Dead.
getting back into the episode, the zombie attack that is the catalyst of this whole thing was amazing. Like I was like, I didn't know how big it was gonna get to be because there's a part in the beginning where they say something in a joking fashion of like, oh, it could be
Thousands.
thousands, and they're like, don't be ridiculous, it ain't gonna be
Yes.
thousands, and
Land
it
of the
ends up
Dead.
being
It reminded me of
thousands.
that scene in Land of the Dead when all the
Yeah,
zombies
yeah,
cross
kind
the
of.
water, mixed with World War Z, mixed with
Yes.
A little bit of Lord of the Rings and Troy. They had the whole medieval shit going. That was awesome.
It definitely
It
had that World
impressed
War
me.
Z vibe when they're hitting the walls and they're almost like climbing on top of each
Yeah,
other.
they
You're
had a
like, oh
good
my.
shot that was original, even though it was referenced by World War Z, but they had a horizontal shot where it's going parallel to the door and they're going da 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 in front of the
Yeah,
camera. Yeah.
yeah. Another great scene, intense scene, was when Ellie's. I mean, oh God, what's the name of the other protagonist chick now that we were just talking about?
Abby. Oh,
Abby's
the
caught in
fence
between
scene.
the fence. Oh God.
Yeah, yeah, that. There's a scene like that in the game. Obviously, the show it makes it cooler, but there is a
Yeah,
scene right before you meet Joel like that where you're in the snow. You know, it's a game, so you're third person. You have a thing where the infected pop out of the snow. You have this whole multi-level shit, and then eventually you get to that shack, and there's a fence, and then they coming on the fence, and then there's nowhere to
that
go.
was that
Joel
was
saves
such
you.
a good scene that I was like, oh my, I
That
could
was great.
feel like the anxiety of like getting
No,
stuck in there, and
it
they're on
was
top of you.
perfect.
They're like biting the fence. You're like, oh my
Yeah,
God, your
yeah, because I saw the
fingers.
fence part and I was like, oh, that's like the game. And then I go, okay, in real life, that fence will break. They're not gonna do that. And then they start doing it. I'm like, oh, they're gonna. And then they did it smart where it's like covering her
Yeah, it's
like
like
a
on top
tunnel.
of her, and
That's
then at one
clever.
point, a part of the fence does
Yeah, yeah,
buckle,
yeah.
and
That
they're
one. Yeah,
coming
yeah,
in,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you're like,
That was
oh
good
my
scene.
God,
That was good.
great.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. That was a good. That was like a classic zombie little moment.
And then it turns
Like
to eventually the there's like a scene where they're all running after them, and then there's like another wave that comes from a separate angle, and then they meet and just kind of like birds flocking, they flock
yeah, it was
back
like Lord of the
towards
Rings. It looked
the
like the Helm's
town.
Deep.
Yeah, it's like they all just shift towards the town now, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh shit, that
No,
town
it
is
was like that was getting
fucked.
good, and then it got into it. And one part kind of reminded me of the siege at the end of the siege at the end of Starship Troopers.
Oh
They're
yeah.
coming in, they come in, and then they have Plan B, like an old Western. Everyone gets on the roof, and then the cars and the flamethrowers come in. I'm like, yes,
Which
that was
it was
Mad
so
Max shit.
stupid. It's so stupid. It's like, why are you there with flamethrowers? First of all,
Everything's
three
made
of the
of
guys,
wood. Everything's made
three,
of
three,
wood.
three of
Everything's
the
made of
four
wood in that
guys
town.
are cowards and they run, and then they're gonna stand their ground. I'm like, what's that gonna do? They're running so fast.
No, yeah,
They're
that's
not just
the
gonna stop
game.
once fire hits them.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a big action scene they added. That none of that's in the game. You're not. There's no battle.
Another thing, and one little nitpick that bothered me is like when they first start attacking and they're at the wall, and everybody's just using the barrels with gas and they're shooting them
Yeah.
off, and it's obvious that there's that one big fucking dude. I don't know what the hell you call him, a
With the big
clicker or whatever
torch
the fuck.
about to blow up the wall, like
Yeah,
Lord of the
yeah. I'm
Rings.
like, why don't you guys concentrate on taking that fucker out? It's like they
Yeah, yeah, he
ignore
shouldn't
that
have
one.
snuck. He shouldn't have gotten so close before he got in.
Yeah,
I thought he got it. They got in too quick, and it was a little confusing the editing. Like he was up there, then he was down there, then he was running. It's like, what did he leave everybody up there? I thought there was
they
people up there.
they
It was a
probably
little
recut
choppy.
that scene so many times that there's stuff that they
Exactly.
cut out because it was too
Yeah, they
much.
cut something out. There was probably was an effect shot. They cut out a whole scene that looked fake, and they cut it out.
Another thing I didn't get was he kept when he was cornered and the big fucking guy is like
Yeah, he could have
just
run up
coming.
those boxes, man.
It's not even that. It's like I don't get it. He shot him with the blowtorch as much as he could until he ran out of gas, and then right when that thing was gonna kill him, he just like and he just drops dead. What? It was he was boiling inside. I don't get it. It was just weird.
I think that was a cheesy fan service moment because there's a big boss of that guy in the game. You're trapped. I don't know if it's part two or in part one also. You're trapped in a gymnasium, like a decrepit. Everything's 20 years after the apocalypse, right? So you're trapped in like a high school gymnasium during the day. So the rays of light are coming in and there's birds and shit. And he's in there. And that whole level, it takes forever. You're throwing all these bombs and you have to you kill him by throwing these Molotov cocktails on the floor. And after a while, he slowly like turns to ash and he falls like that. So I guess that was an
Okay.
homage to it. It took a long time, but he was burning from the inside. It just didn't come across well.
It didn't come across at all. It looked like they should have been
It looked
burning
like a
him
reshoot.
more. Yeah, it was weird. It was like I could see that things were singed a little bit, but not for him to all of a sudden just be like
Yeah,
and drop dead. So I didn't. I was like, that was stupid, but whatever.
yeah.
That was
But
my
the
one
idea,
nitpick.
if what I remember, the idea for those, everyone is not like there's different ones necessarily. Everyone would eventually be like him. That's how you mutate, you change.
Those are the older ones that
Yeah,
are
so
like
that
grown more.
motherfucker's been around probably for like 20 years. He never got killed, and he just mutated like that. He
It's
just
like a crust
survived.
that keeps growing
He
outward.
keeps growing like that.
Yeah,
The other ones that are in between are the clickers, the thin, lanky ones with the heads.
yeah,
In the game,
yeah.
they're everywhere. They're like the main bad guy,
Mhm.
they're like the fucking. They're not like the shitty little regular ones. They're not like the Goombas from Mario Brothers. They're like the red turtles that fly around that you hate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're
Okay,
like
but
they're
you
not
know that
every.
one scene. You know that one scene where Ellie,
She stabs him. Yeah,
she no, she falls through the store
yeah.
floor
It's episode one.
and she encounters that one girl and she's smart kinda. She's kind of like hiding and
Yeah,
is that like a new hybrid kind or something? Or is that just like
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember that's in the game. I think that might be like all the
because
new zombie movies
afterwards
are doing it
they're being
28 days later. Seems like it's going with like their learning kind of deal.
because afterwards after that scene they go back to
I don't remember.
their
I
town and
don't
they're
know.
being interviewed and they're like, yeah, they were kind of like different. I was like, I don't know.
I don't remember that. I don't
Maybe
remember
that's like
that.
maybe that's a show doing their own thing. I don't know.
The show has to do its own thing. Like I give it props. Like the show looks good, right? Production
It
wise, it
does.
looks like a movie. It's good quality HBO, what you expect. It's following the story very well. It's basically following almost verbatim the game. What I'm worried is that is not going to be, for people that, like, I guess I hope that they try little things that are different, which I think they're going to do with the zombies are learning. Remember with the Zack Snyder one from recently, Army of the Dead had that whole
Yeah, that was so
concept.
bad. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it went over the top, but I mean, back in the day in the 80s, George Romero was doing it with Day of the Dead. Remember, Bub was learning. He still was a zombie. He still killed people. He still murdered people, but he saluted the guy at the end, remember? And he was like learning a little bit. And in Land of
Hmm.
the Dead, you had the gas station attendant that led the army of the zombies, and
Yeah,
they were
yeah, yeah.
communicating.
The
He was
black dude.
thinking, and he was like talking.
He's like their leader. Yeah.
So I get it, like when that comes across, unless they do it well, it kind of is a turn off for me in a movie, a zombie movie, like eh. But if it's
Yeah,
done
yeah.
well, I mean, scientifically, it makes sense that that would happen after 20 years, right? Something will probably change.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I
I,
guess.
I didn't see the new 28 Days Later trailer yet. I kind of don't want
Oh,
to.
okay.
I think that first trailer was so good, and I don't really want to know.
The second trailer is
I
not
don't
as
want to
good
know.
as the
I don't want
first.
to know, but I don't want to know too much really in this kind of movie because I have a feeling I'm gonna be disappointed if I see too much. What do you think? Is it worth watching? Does it show Cillian Murphy and just blow it and say, "Hey, it's him"?
I don't think he's in it.
Okay.
I think Cillian Murphy is gonna be in the next one. I don't think he's, from what I've heard here and there or him say stuff, I don't think he's in this one. And if he is,
Is it
it
worth
might be a very,
watching?
huh?
Is it worth watching, or is it one of those trailers that kind of like it showed too
Oh no,
much?
hey, you should watch it. It doesn't really give out much. I don't
Okay.
think this is the type of director. I don't think Danny Boyle is the type of guy that blows the load on the
Yeah, but
fucking
I don't know if he
trailer.
has control of his trailers though. Sometimes
No, no,
directors
no.
don't.
It has a little bit of the same like weird
Boots
song that
thing.
was in the first one, but only for a small bit. It kind of fades in the background
You
and
know,
it's
that's not
showing
a
you
song. That's not a song. That's an
it's an
actual
actual World
speech.
War
A
One
song. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
British
yeah. That's what I
military
meant.
thing that they would
I
use.
meant not a
Yes, I know.
song. What I meant is not like a song that was on the
It's like a
radio.
cadence that they would use
Yes, that's what I meant.
to rev up
A chant.
the
It was like
soldiers,
a war cry
like a
chant,
war chant. Yeah, exactly.
and that's a man
Um,
saying it. I think that original recording is a
I don't
man.
know.
I sounds like a woman, but I think it's a man, like with a very feminine voice doing it. You know, those old recordings sound like
It's
this.
all yes, exactly. Very tinny, like a tin.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
No, no, this trailer's good. It kind of maybe gives you a bigger scope of what the movie is, but it's not anything that's like, oh man, I wish I didn't see that. No, no, you should watch it. You
Okay.
should watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I
Um,
want to. I kind of don't want to because it's coming out
I said
soon.
that to you immediately. I was like, oh shit.
I know, and I normally would have clicked it. Certain movies, like interesting, like that first trailer was so good, and like the 28 days later,
Yeah, it
trailer,
was.
I really want the movie to be good, and
Hmm.
trailer
Sometimes it's the more trailers come
yeah,
out, the more it waters it down. You're like,
exactly. But the
eh.
trailers, the trailers spoil a lot, and the trailers lie nowadays. You know that, and
I wouldn't doubt if this is the final trailer. They might show like
no, it should be. It
smaller
should be.
versions of it for
Yeah,
TV
yeah,
and
no,
stuff,
no,
but
yeah, yeah.
I think that's it.
No, it is. It's big, but it's not at the level as like a franchise machine that's gonna have
Like a
multiple shit.
Walking Dead. Yeah, no,
Like
no, it's
no, like Superman. They're milking that.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They
So
gotta
you know
make that
what?
money, man.
Really quick, I know how you feel about Superman trailer, that new one with the robots and everything. Me and
Hmm.
my son actually saw that, not online. I didn't even know about it. We saw it because I actually took my son to see Minecraft because he grew up on that shit. You know that movie's
Hmm.
making so much money, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know, I know.
We went to
That's
one
what
of those
makes money
screen.
nowadays.
Nachi, this kind of fits the whole movie thing. We went to one of those screenings. We saw it opening weekend at that 4DX theater in Dania. I went with my sister. I didn't bring Bia didn't go because it was late, and the little one didn't go because you have to be over like 5 years old to ride the seats because those things will fucking kill you.
Hmm. Hmm.
So we did the 3D one with all the bullshit, whatever. We were there when all those kids were freaking out, dude. We didn't know what was going on yet because I didn't know it was a thing yet. But the kids all started chanting, and there was like 30 kids screaming and everything. We were like, "What
Oh,
the fuck?"
so like what when he rides a pig or something? Is that what you're talking about?
It's basically new middle school tween version of Rocky Horror Picture Show. There's certain lines in it that you're supposed to shout out loud and do certain things in the theater, and they were
Oh
doing it.
God.
But some kids take it too far and like destroying the theater. They're releasing chickens. They're releasing live chickens in the theater in these rural towns or whatever.
Oh my God.
Because there's a stupid part where a character fights this character that's famous in the game, and it's a little a zombie character riding a chicken.
Uh-huh.
Called
I've
Chicken
seen the
Jockey.
clip. I've seen the snippet, yeah.
So that's it. Jason Momoa and Jack Black has to fight this thing, and the typical thing in these movies that you fight or you get, you die, you have to fight him. They get captured and they have to fight, and then everyone respects them, kind of deal.
Okay.
So you're supposed to do shit for the chicken jockey, like, and some people are throwing chickens in there.
Oh
That's it.
God. Okay.
But the whole point of this whole speech is they played that Superman thing. I've seen that trailer multiple times. So the minute it started, I'm like, this is different. And my son was sitting in front of me because we went in a group. So I sat behind him because he was sitting with a friend. It was his birthday. So I wanted to give him
Hmm.
like bro space. So sitting behind him, he looks back at me. He's like, this is new. And my son's 8 years old and he grew up on Christopher Reeve and shit. And he likes Superman. He kind of got turned off by it afterwards. And he told me a
Really?
couple of times, Dad, I think it's gonna be stupid. It's gonna be he said, I think it's gonna be cheesy. And I said, Alex, you're probably right, but you should still watch it because you never know. No one's been satisfied for a Superman movie in a long time. Nobody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the original two, maybe is when people were like, yeah, everyone loved it. Since then, it was like, it's too dark. It's too Brian the Kevin Spacey one was too stupid. It was
Yeah,
boring.
yeah.
Then
Hmm.
the Henry Cavill is too dark. Then Justice League was a mess, and then
Uh,
Batman vs Superman was a mess, and then now they're trying again.
Yeah, it's
I thought it was a
I
little odd for them to show that whole robot scene, to be honest. So I'm really thinking the movie starts with him like that. I think the movie starts like a wannabe Tarantino movie, him smashing the robots, fix them, and then it cuts to like well, remember 7 days later. I think it's gonna be like that. I think it's gonna be like Lois Lane narrating it, like very cheesy, like report they're gonna do make it very like Shaun of the Dead, but bad, if you know what I mean.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
gonna be like Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
James Gunn
Very
is
hit.
very hit or miss for me, so I don't know.
I mean,
I don't
Guardians is great, but like
Guardians is
I don't
great.
wor I don't
What
worship
he
him
did
either. I don't watch
what
everything
he
he does or anything like that.
what he did with God, what the hell was it called? That DC movie he did, the Suicide Squad.
Oh, I never saw it. Was it good? I saw the beginning.
I hated it. It
I
was
only saw the part
so
where they all die.
it was so cheesy. It was like,
It's
well,
gonna be
remember there
like
was
that.
two of them. They did one Suicide
Yes,
Squad
I
with
know. The new one, the newer one.
the new one that's all bright and
I
colorful,
only
his
saw
style
the
and shit.
beginning. Yeah, I saw the Will Smith one, both versions. That
Yeah,
was a
yeah,
mess
yeah, yeah.
too. That
That
movie
was a
reminds me
mistake.
of Zombie Unit, like what happened to us. That movie's all they reshot it and it didn't fit together right.
Yeah, yeah. So, anyways, getting back to The Last of Us, that battle sequence lasted way longer than I thought it was. Like it
Yes,
was so good. It was so expensive looking. I was like, Jesus Christ, where do you go
yes,
from
it
here
was
now
great.
for the rest of the season? That felt like it should have been the last
A
episode.
season finale. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, where are they going from here, man? Because I
So
didn't do the games. I have no idea.
if I was in charge, I'd be like, oh, the season premiere should have been 2 episodes and ended like that. I wouldn't want the first episode to be boring. Like they should have started it with that like a two-parter.
Now, you
But you know
knowing how the
what? You
game,
know what? They didn't want to kill him off in the first episode to turn people off.
no,
Want to get him to
no,
number two and then confuse
yeah.
them.
Now you,
Did you expect it? Wait, let me ask you. Did you even expect it?
no,
You
no. I
thought,
was like, I had a feeling because I saw some rumblings about people like, I can't believe they did it. I can't believe. So I'm thinking somebody's gonna die.
you
And
thought
then
it
as
was
the
gonna
movie,
be the
the sh
girl, right? The girlfriend or whatever.
no, no, I think I already knew that Joel died in the game. I
Oh,
didn't
you didn't
know
know
that
it was
I had
so.
no idea when he dies. I thought maybe he died
Oh
at the end.
no,
But
he dies at the beginning. Yeah, the
as
beginning.
the episode was progressing, I was like, oh fuck, are they gonna do this shit already? That's why I was like,
Yeah.
oh man.
Okay, so you saw it coming. You just didn't know
I
what was
saw it
gonna happen.
coming. But you, since you beat the games, going forward, does other things happen in the game that are as big as what we just fucking saw? Or is it did they peak too early now and now it's gonna be
I
like downhill from here?
I don't. There's a lot more that happens, and there's a lot more that's gonna happen. It's only episode two, and I think there are 8 episodes. And like I said, this is like 25% of the game, if you would call, out of 100.
Hmm.
But then the game, like 50% of it was Abby, and then another 25%. So it's like hard to judge how fast they're gonna go, how soon they're gonna go. But at least drama wise, a lot of more fucked up shit's gonna happen. Let me just say that it's a
Oh,
real
I'm
fucked
sure
up.
there's gonna be a lot more drama going forward.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot more drama, a lot more people, a lot of people dying. Let's say this, so to speak. It's gonna be a lot of shit
Okay.
going on. So nothing that epic I remember in the game. So I think they're gonna have to one
But
up
then again,
themselves.
this wasn't in the game. They made it up.
Exactly. So
So
they're gonna
maybe
have
there's
to.
more shit they're gonna
They're
make
gonna
up.
one. They're gonna one up. They're gonna. Oh, they're gonna one up themselves. I know locations where this season ends. I know the locations, and I can see where they can stage some crazy shit with the locations. So I
Okay.
think they're gonna beef everything up and make it epic,
More epic than the game.
especially because the second game was a little bit kind of like it was kind of like like 50-50 shot. It was split.
Okay.
I liked it,
Okay.
but I understand why people didn't like it. And I like the first game better, but the second game is sexier. You know what I mean? It's like it's hotter looking, it's better. It's just
Uh-huh.
it's, it's just very short, and it's not as fun because it's so fucking depressing.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I got
It's
you.
a
I
lot of
got you.
cutscenes. There's a lot of like scenes of shit happening, and then you have no control over it and then you can control it, and then it's frustrating because you're in a bad situation. Let's just say
Right. Okay. Okay. Is there
so.
anything you want to add before we start wrapping it up here?
Oh, I didn't see it, but you could see like sneak previews for the next episode. Did you see it on the
No,
app
I
or the
didn't. No, I
website?
didn't.
if you go on HBO Max on, I don't know if you have it, but if you, I'm assuming you do. If
Yeah,
you
I got
go
it.
on the thing and you go to extras for season 2, this episode, every episode, dude, after it airs, they have a making of each episode.
Yes, they had it last
Yeah,
season.
like Walking Dead used to do. They have an after
Yeah,
show.
yeah, yeah.
They have a podcast.
It's just like the Penguin. Every episode
Okay, yeah.
had
And they
a
have
thing. Yeah,
a sneak peek of the next episode. I haven't seen it,
I haven't
but
seen it either.
what's her face? Do you like the character? Do you like the girl who plays Dina, the actress?
Actually, whatever, she's fine.
Good. I mean, she's gonna be in it a lot now. I'm saying she's gonna be a big character.
Yeah, they're gonna need
Think about
somebody
it.
to.
Joel's gone, so you gotta have to have like two people interact. It's gonna be
Right.
a lot of like Ellie with other people and
Hmm.
pissed off. So she's
Yeah.
a good actress. Okay, really quick. Yeah, I do want to add something. We haven't talked about it, and I'm not gonna be anything, nothing crazy, but I'm sure you've heard since the show started that people are unhappy with the main girl. They don't like the way
Right.
she looks. They don't like this and that.
Hmm.
She seems to be a good actress. That's probably why
Hmm.
she got the part. I'm hoping that her chop show with like how she deals with Joe
What's
Stan
coming up?
in the game, she's really fucking like soulless.
Tormented, like
Yeah, like
rampage, kind of like the other girl was now in this episode.
not necessarily. It's almost like she's bottling it in and she's almost like has a death wish kind of deal.
Hmm.
She
Hmm.
gets very dangerous because she doesn't give a fuck kind of deal. Now, let's see if how they do that, if they change that, if they do it or whatever. And there's a famous scene with a guitar. I wonder if they're gonna do it.
I'm sure they're gonna do whatever famous scenes was in the game. I'm
If
sure
I
they
mean
are.
famous, I mean internet famous that there were memes and because
Memes.
my son watched me play the games. That's one of his
Okay.
first like knowing what zombies were was me playing this game and
Okay.
clickers and everything, and then that's how he started watching the scenes from zombie movies and stuff. So he was a big fan of it back when he was younger. This is a few years ago that I played it because I didn't play it
Hmm.
when it came out. 2013, I wasn't playing it. I had no idea, but it existed.
Yeah.
When Alex was small, when he was like within under a year, spent a lot of time at the house doing nothing, watching the kids, kid.
Hmm.
So I had just gotten a PlayStation 4 hand me down from You Break I Fix when I used to work there,
Hmm.
remember? Some
Hmm.
customer just fucking left their perfectly good PS4, a mom, because she didn't want to pay for a new hard drive for her son. She just I just buy him a new one. It was some rich lady, supposedly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it just sat there. So after like 90 days, we supposed to throw it away. So I asked my boss and I took it. I changed the hard
Okay.
drive, which takes fucking 2 seconds.
Hmm.
And it worked at a free PS4. I downloaded a bunch of games, the greatest hits ones, the cheap ones, the $20
Sure.
ones.
Yeah.
By then, this was 2017. Last of Us
That
was
was your gateway drug.
Last of Us was already 5 years old. It was like a greatest hits thing, like with the blue cover, greatest hits.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
even remember the other games I downloaded. They all sucked or I quit. Last of Us, the only one I remember because it was so good, and I remember feeling like an idiot that I was like 37 years old at the time, 38, and I was into this game, like I was in college again. It was good, And
Like that.
what surprised me was usually I hate cutscenes and I would skip it. I liked
But
the
it's like a
cutscenes.
movie. Yeah, you
It
want to
was like
see
a
it.
movie, and I would tell B all the time. She
Well,
comes
that's
the
how
night.
games are now.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
all
I
like
know.
movies. All the AAA games
I'm
are like
dabbling in the game. I've been playing that Harry Potter game finally. I finally started playing.
okay.
I've been playing a
Okay.
bunch of other games. I have the samurai game is awesome. I don't know if you've
Oh
played
yeah,
it.
yeah. Ghost of Tsushima.
I still have that. I still have the one with the Walking Dead guy with the baby on his stomach. I still have all those weird games.
Oh, part two came out.
Yeah, I know. Death Stranding. I still have
Death
that.
Stranding
That
with
game's amazing too, but it's so frustrating that at some points you're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. What's going on? It's so fucking weird that you stop playing it.
yeah.
Crazy.
You know how like in the first one they had Guillermo del Toro in it?
Yeah, you played the first one?
I tried it here and there, but it's just
It's too complicated.
these massive games, they're
Much
fantastic,
shit.
but I don't have the time for them. I can only do shorter games. So in part two, there's another director that he put in it. Who is it?
Is he like Guillermo del Toro friend related?
Yeah, it's like another. The
Fat
hell did he
guy?
put in it? Oh, it's Sam Raimi.
Oh, awesome. Oh my
Sam
God.
Raimi's in it. Yeah, it's got you know how he's like always like buddy buddy with all these Hollywood people. If you follow him on Instagram, they go to Japan to visit his badass office over there, and that's where they brainstorm. And he's like Anytime he meets these people, he's just like, "Fuck it, I'll put you in the game." And he just puts everybody in the game that he befriends there. Yeah, Sam Raimi's in this one, I believe.
That's the Hideo Kojima, the guy who did Metal Gear Solid, right?
Hideo Kojima, yeah, Metal Gear. He did a bunch. He's done all a
Oh,
bunch of.
you know what's a good analogy for the Last of Us game number two? Remember
Mhm.
when the PlayStation 1 came out and we all loved Metal Gear Solid from the
Solid,
regular
huh? Yeah,
PS3? Remember when Sons of Liberty came out, the one he's on the cargo ship? For the
yeah,
brand new one, it looked so good and you could do
yeah,
first,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but the game was super short,
Super short.
and then you played as another character.
And
It's the
everybody
same
got
shit.
mad at that
Remember, that's
shit because
why
they,
it's like that. It's like it looks so good and it's fun, but it's so short that it's disappointing. That's what
yeah,
Last of Us 2, and so much time passed. I think 8 years passed between games.
that's a
And I
long
got
time.
lucky because when I finished part one, research, I'm like, they're making a part two. Oh, it's coming out next year. So I only had to wait like 1 year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For you, you
Within
were like
that
just right
year, guess
there.
what they did? They re-released the old one, special edition.
HD remake.
So I did the combo where I bought the new one and I pre-ordered I bought the remake,
Yeah.
pre-ordered the new one. So then that shit just came in one night
By
and I
the
was
time
like,
you
yeah,
finished it again, you're already into the new one. Boom.
exactly. And what was
Nice.
cool was what's cool is if you beat the game, I think on the new one and you play it again, it does like a Zelda second quest thing. It changes the game on you.
Ah.
It does something.
Oh.
It does like it's called like extreme mode where it's like realistic as fuck. You only have a certain amount of bullets and food, and you have no radar and no
Oh,
health.
fuck that, bro.
So basically, if you get shot, you die. If
Yeah.
I don't even know, you might have a hunger meter. I think it's only fair to have a hunger meter, but you don't know where you are. There's no radar. It's like real life. But
Okay.
I have not tried to play that.
That sounds
It
way too
literally locks
challenging.
off all assistance, and it gives you like extra hard shit that you don't really have in the game or something like some bullshit like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think what we'll do, David, is we'll wait to the end of the season to do a recap episode
Yeah,
of The Last of
everything
Us at
else.
the end.
How
I'm
we
not
thought
saying that
about
we're not going to do any other episodes in between, but we'll do this again because I want to talk about how
well,
it
when does it
ended,
end? In a
how
month?
you
When does it end? Like how does it look?
I don't know. I don't know how
Months?
many episodes, how long are they gonna
Eight.
it's
Eight. So two
weekly,
months.
so
2 months. 2 months is eight episodes, I think.
yeah, yeah. So we'll probably have a filler episode in between not related to this, and then we'll do a recap episode where I want to talk to you about the whole thing.
Yeah, we'll
And
do
then
it.
we'll know by then if they finished the whole timeline or not, or are they milking it and stretching it out to a third season. So
I totally agree. We do that. We do that.
yeah, we'll do that. Because I'm very interested in
The
what you
summer,
think when it ends compared to the game.
yeah, I
So
do. The summer's starting, so I think we can do another episode with content. I'm saying like we could do I mean if you want to, I'm saying like summer movies. Are any big ones are you excited for instance? Let's cut to the chase. Like Mission Impossible. You're gonna see.
yes, yes, definitely.
We should talk about it because it's part two to the one that bombed supposedly. And is it the end? They're kind of hinting that it's the end, but I don't believe it. If it makes a lot of money, they're gonna continue.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
I
know.
doubt he's gonna do it like a final one, but I'm excited about it. Have you seen
Yeah.
that new spot or whatever where it shows more of the plane stuff?
I think I did. I think I saw the last part.
It's like a promotional piece slash trailer. That's the thing they do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Where it's kind of like a 30-second new trailer, but it really has like shots and then talking a little bit with like voiceover.
Hmm.
They have more of him on that biplane, the yellow one, not the red one.
Hmm.
They don't show it, but I think Nachi,
He's
he
gonna jump from
jumps.
one to the other.
I think he jumps from the red plane to the yellow plane. He's on a
Probably
red
did.
plane.
Yeah,
He's on
he
a red
probably
plane,
did.
and then he's on a yellow plane. So obviously he jumped on both.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You'll have more shots of him inside the plane, and it's better because that motorcycle jump that they milked in the last one was cool because it was real, but they added the CG rocks and everything was played out that it didn't feel exciting because it didn't look like it looked too real that it looked like they could have just composited it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And the train shit was cool, but there was blue screen in there. They kind of didn't. They kind of lied about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's in between the biplane. The biplanes have the double wings, right?
Hmm.
He's in between it. The camera's in there. They have like some like 4K GoPro shit that it's like right at this angle. where it's literally like his fucking fat face right there, like this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The wind's blowing it to show that it's real. The wind's blowing on his cheek, and he's trying to talk. You can't hear anything, and then the person flying it is rotating it, and he's falling in between the wings, ding 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 ding, trying to not fall out. And he's
Yeah.
ricocheting. You know, I'm sure he had wires and he erased it, but it looks good, dude. It looks like a ping. He looks like a ping pong thing, and he's going like from the top of the wing, ding 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 ding, and then down around it, then the bottom of the wing, ding 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 ding, and it looks like some True Lies Harrier jet in Miami shit where
Yeah, yeah.
the camera's spinning around like not like how you think. It's going like in front of the plane, and you know it's doing like 360s on the plane and shit. Anyway,
Yeah, yeah, no, we'll see what we do next, but I definitely want to recap
and then of
at the
course,
end of the season.
28 days later, we'll talk about that. Years
Oh,
later.
for sure. For sure. There's not that much really horror right now in the I know there's a movie that just came out with
Oh,
Michael B.
Final
Jordan that's coming
Destination.
out.
I know. I don't know if you're a fan. That's the next horror
Oh,
movie.
oh, also, they just dropped the trailer for I Know What You Did Last Summer.
They remade it
No, it's like a sequel. It
with
has
them with Freddie Prinze
older
Jr.
Harry Prince Jr. in it
No,
at
no,
one
you're
point
fucking
too.
lying. You're lying.
Oh no, and it has Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Oh, she's fat.
No, actually, they both look
She
good.
looks good. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they both look good.
Oh my God, dude. I didn't know. I heard a movie
It,
was happening, but I thought it was a remake.
the
And
trailer literally dropped. It was either yesterday or Tuesday.
oh, dude, I gotta watch it because you know what? I hate to
I
say
mean,
it, but that
Monday.
stupid movie is a guilty pleasure of mine. It's so bad that I love
Oh
making.
no, yeah, no. That was
And
like
it
at the
re-
same time as Scream. Those were like
yes,
the
it was
Scream
the Scream. It was
competitors.
the Scream.
Yeah.
Kevin Williamson wrote both. It was
Oh,
the
okay.
same writer as Scream, not directed. It wasn't as good as Scream, but it was like it was the first copy
What's
of Scream that came out.
What's cool about the trailer is that it gets right to it and they show a brutal fucking kill right off
Sarah
the
Michelle
bat.
Gellar in it. Buffy's in
I
it.
did not see her, but you know that no, didn't
But
she? No,
that's
she
his
died.
wife. That's
She died. She died in the movies.
but that's his wife, so she didn't want to come back then.
It's a fucking sequel. She's dead in the storyline already.
No, I know, but in real life, Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yes,
is
I know they're
married to
married.
her,
I know. Yeah.
so she must have not wanted to do it.
She can't. She's dead in the storyline. How's she gonna come back?
Oh yeah, I forgot she died in the parade.
That's what I'm telling you. She
I
can't come back.
forgot. I forgot. I
It's
forgot
not
she
a
died in the
reboot.
parade.
It's a sequel.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
They do the thing where they show the new young hot cast. One gets killed in the trailer,
Oh, so they're
and then
copying the new Scream.
and then it blends into like the town hall,
What is
and
it
then
called?
Freddie.
I still remember. I still remember
You know
5
what?
summers ago.
I don't know if it's just called I Know What You Did Last Summer. I don't remember
It
now.
should be called Last Summer. No, it sounds like a comedy.
They do the whole like town hall thing, like the last Halloween trilogy, where
I
like
gotta see the
everybody's like
thumbnail.
talking about the
I gotta
murders,
show
and then
Mia, dude. She'll freak out.
old Freddie Prince Jr. comes in. I've seen this happen before. You're like, oh, there he is. What's it called? Is it just I Know
It's
What You
called
Did
I Know
Last?
What You Did Last Summer. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
they didn't even add anything to it. It's just
They're doing
like
the Halloween thing. It's just Halloween.
yes. I'm like, what? It's so
Oh
confusing.
my
At least
God, he
call
looks
it
so
part
fucking
three.
old.
Just call it part three.
Freddie Prinze Jr. looks like fucking Solid Snake and shit.
Well, I mean, I follow him all the time because he has a
Oh, I
really
know. I
good
like him.
horror
I like him though.
podcast.
I like him. He used to, he used to write for the wrestling
He still does.
federation. Oh, he still
He
does.
still
Yeah, yeah.
does.
And he does a
You know
lot of voiceover
you
work
know
for Star Wars and shit, right?
he used to. He doesn't do it anymore. He got into a big beef with these people. But he has a horror podcast. It's awesome. It's called
Oh, I didn't know that.
it's called scary
Scary German guy.
hold on, I'll tell you right
Oh,
now.
that'd be a good name for a podcast, dude. Scary German guy, like Monster Squad. Yeah, it's a good idea. I'm gonna do Scary German guy. Cut this part out of the podcast. 'Cause everyone's gonna copyright it. I wonder if that's taken. Scarygermanguy.com. That's probably considered racist now, right? I'd be banned.
Oh, it's called That Was Pretty Scary podcast.
Okay.
It's really good.
It
It's
should
short.
be. It should be. It should be.
Every episode he does, he reads the IMDb trailer tagline and he reads it like the movie voice guy. It's really
Oh, that's
cool.
cool. You know, he
No, no, it's
changed.
really good.
I know about that podcast. He changed the title before he got in trouble. Remember? You know what it was before?
No,
I should have
go
been the
ahead.
original Superman. Fuck you, SamRaimi.com. You remember?
No, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Sorry, I said Superman.
Yes.
Spider-Man. I know. And he publicly said, "I will fucking never hire that motherfucker." But whatever. Is that like official or is that a rumor? Did he really say that?
No, I think it did happen. I think it did happen.
No, I know he wanted to be him, good thing he didn't kill himself like some actors, dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what Jonathan Brandis did. You know, Jonathan Brandis from
Oh yeah, I know. After Sequest and all that shit.
Quest, and he was in fucking It and Ladybugs. Don't forget the classic
Of
Ladybugs and Rodney
course.
Dangerfield,
Of
and
course.
and the amazing Never-Ending Story Part Two.
Well, let's start wrapping it up, ladies and gentlemen, because if I
But
not,
no, but I'm
David
not.
will keep
Yeah, yeah, sorry,
rambling.
but ramble aside, you cut what you want because there's a lot of offensive shit here. The rumor is that he one of the main catalysts for he was depressed, you know, ex-child star. He didn't get the role as Anakin Skywalker in Episode 2. He was up there apparently.
Who?
Jonathan Brandis was trying to get the Anakin role,
Oh, weird. Okay.
adult Anakin, you know. So
Okay.
apparently, I don't know how far he got, but apparently he tried to get. He was so bummed out that he didn't get it. So I don't know if he just was just thinking and he didn't even get to the first level. But you know, I wouldn't put it past that he got an audition as an ex-child star to be Anakin. You know,
I mean, from what I understand,
was Hayden. Hayden was nobody. You know, like
It was between Hayden and Leonardo DiCaprio. Those were
yeah,
the two.
but I think that's a rumor. DiCaprio wouldn't have done it.
Oh no, it's a fact.
Oh, so he's
It's a
just a
fact.
poser. He's a poser. Then he always says, "I would never do a superhero
Well,
movie."
now, at that
Yeah,
time,
but
he was a
that's post
young.
Titanic. He could do whatever he wanted.
Yeah, but he was super young. Of course, he would have done that. That would have been
But that
stupid
was
not to
Sam
do it.
Raimi's call, right? Must have been.
No, I'm talking about not Spider-Man. I'm talking about Star Wars for
Oh,
Anakin. For Anakin. No, yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio was
that makes
top
sense. Yeah,
two.
yeah. No, that makes sense because that's closer to Titanic when they were working on that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, anyways,
He's a yeah, yeah. I'm glad he didn't do that. Oh,
wrapping it up till next time, guys, please follow us on the Creatures of the Night on YouTube. Remember to hit the thumbs up and like, leave a comment. It means a lot to us. And keep spreading a little podcast here and there. Thank you for listening to episode 14. David, are you done rambling or you got anything else
no,
you
no.
want to
Really
talk
quick,
about?
same thing. You know, of course, Creatures of the Night. Do all the things you got to do to follow us, and also you can check out our old channel, which was our previous channel. It's an
Oh,
add-on to
Film
Film
Can.
Can. There's a bunch of
Can
fun
Productions.
a bunch of film camp productions, a bunch of movie related dumb stuff there. That's fun.
A lot of spoofs, a lot of trailer
Commentary, spoof
re-edits.
crawling, yeah, yeah.
For
So
sure. For sure. Until next time, episode 15, whatever it may be, or whenever it may come,
they'll come
keep
soon.
an eye out.
Bye, guys.
Bye.